Hey everyone, and welcome to the Randy Marion Automotive Group. Today we're going to take you on a tour of the all-new, fully electric ELMS Urban Utility. This is a perfect customizable van for your business. As you can tell, this one is ready to go, whether you want to put a flatbed on the back or a fully enclosed bed, just depending on your business needs. This has an MSRP right around $52,000. It has a dry weight around 5,200 pounds, and it has a payload capacity of 5,700 pounds, which is very impressive for this electric vehicle. And it also has a range up to 135 miles. As far as the dimensions go for this vehicle, it has a wheelbase of 130 inches. Its overall length is 235 inches. It has a width of 74 and a height of 112 inches. So as you can tell, this is a pretty compact vehicle, so you can definitely maneuver this around parking lots and your business. It's not a large vehicle, which is great to see. And as we take a look at the exterior of this ELMS now, starting up front, you'll see it has a really nice flat surface here. Of course, we have the headlights and the fog lights on both sides. This also has a forward-facing camera just to help with a little bit more visibility. You'll notice that the mirrors here are extended, so that way whatever bed you have, you can easily see around. And you'll notice up top on the roof, we have a nice aerodynamic piece. So if you do have a fully enclosed bed on the back, that will just help with the aerodynamics. So now let's take a look at some of the electrical components and the framework for this model. Looking at the cab here, it actually opens upwards. So if you need to get some better access here, all you have to do is pull on a few latches here, and we can easily lock this up into place, where you can get better access to anything if you need to work on this. You'll notice that we have the batteries on both sides, nicely placed in between the wheelbase here, just to help with better center of gravity. We have the motor and the drive shaft right in the center there. This has a steel construction, which is why the payload is so high for a small vehicle like this. So it's definitely very durable. You can see this is rear wheel drive. We have the dually on the rear axle here, along with a really beefy leaf pack to help absorb all that extra weight. You'll notice we have a long extension past those wheels, so that way you can get in more cargo. We have a steel rear bumper along with one of two backup cameras. There's also one up on the top section of the cab. And then you can easily close this up here once you're done. You can do this with one person. It is a little bit heavy, but we can lock it into place there, and you are all set to go. So now it's time to take a look at the interior for this ELMS. You'll notice that the driver's seat is just above these wheels here, so that way you can have very tight maneuverability, making it very easy to maneuver in parking lot situations. You'll also notice we have one step along with this grab handle, makes it very easy to enter and exit this truck. And as I mentioned earlier, this is fully electric, so once we insert the key here and just turn it into the on position, on the gauge cluster there, it will say ready, meaning that it's on and ready to go. Some of the creature comforts inside this vehicle, we have AC, which is of course a must. There's also a touchscreen system here. We have radio, media, you can even go into some apps. There's a calculator here. Perfect for your business. If you're out on the job site, you don't have your phone or calculator with you, you can easily use that. This particular model also has the iPad connected. We do have all the camera systems on here for the forward facing. There's even one on both sides of the vehicle for driver and passenger, just making it a lot more easy to see around you, especially if you have a fully enclosed bed on the back. This definitely gives you a lot of visibility. You can see we have a 12 volt, so you can charge your phone if you need to. We have the manual parking brake right in the center, along with a cup holder, a little bit of storage. There's also added storage space up top, so if you have documents or anything that you have for the day, you can easily place them up here. Really nice to see that added storage up top. And of course, this is a 3-seater, so we have the 2 seats over on the passenger side, as well as plenty of storage in the glove box area. So you can see that down below, as well as up top for any items you have to place there. And then as we take a look at the door panel, you'll see even more storage. So it's perfect for anything you'd like to place. We do have a little bit of storage space behind the seat, so you could even add some more items back there if you had to. And then as far as putting this vehicle into drive in reverse, to start it up, it does have to be in neutral. Drive is going to be all the way over to the left side there. We'll go back to neutral and pull it all the way back for reverse. And you'll also see for the other backup camera, that is in the center screen here, which is on the back of the steel bumper. The other backup camera here is above the cab, so it's nice to have both of those angles. And then we can put it back into neutral. You'll pull the e-brake and you can shut it off. You also notice on the gauge cluster here, we have the power for the battery level, so you can monitor that as well as your speed. And you'll also notice too, right in the center, if I pull on this latch, we have 2 more cup holders and a little bit of storage. So if you don't have a center passenger, you can easily use that if you need to, or lock it back into place if you had to have an extra person. So now it's time to take this ELMS urban utility vehicle out on the road and see how it drives. So you can see with this door opening here, we definitely have a large space to be able to enter and exit. You can see we have this huge grab handle as well. So that way it doesn't matter where you grab the door. We have the key over on that right side again, and all I have to do is turn it. Hopefully the camera can see that it is ready to go. We currently have around 84% of battery life, so it's really nice to see that on the gauge cluster there. We'll pop it over into drive, and now we are ready to set off. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the maneuverability. As I mentioned earlier, we are sitting right above the wheels. I have it cranked all the way to the left right now, and you can see just how tight of a turning radius that is in this parking lot area here. So as you use this vehicle, you will be going into parking lots, different businesses. You need that maneuverability, especially for a vehicle like this. So it's great to see that we have that turning ability. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, there is a little bit of storage just above the dash there. And while I'm looking over my right shoulder there, you can get a view of the visibility. And actually, we will be doing one more U-turn here, just getting to the pavement there. Look at that, I didn't even have to turn around. So that is great to see. I'm gonna give it a little bit of power. Being a fully electric vehicle, you don't have to worry about gear changes and anything like that. It's definitely a very smooth vehicle to drive. But as far as going parking lot speed so far, it's definitely very fun to drive. It's very comfortable too. Even on some of these bumps here, it's absorbing them as any vehicle would, and giving it some gas here. We are up to speed just like that. We can see how much power we're using in the throttle there. As far as wind noise goes, there's really no road noise, wind noise, anything like that. We have plenty of visibility with this large upright windshield. You can definitely see all around. I love the placement of these extended side mirrors too. You can of course manually adjust those depending on what you have on the back. As far as your cargo area goes, we do have plenty of visibility out of the back right now, simply because there is no bed on the back. Brakes do a great job bringing this to a stop as well. It's really nice to see that we have all the cameras currently on at the moment, so you can see around you at all times, which is of course great. It's definitely interesting to have the steering wheel in this position here, but it gives you the ability to turn the steering wheel much easier, so you can keep both hands on the wheel and basically just turn it like it's on the table. So it's actually a really good position. And I didn't mention earlier, we have a few controls on the steering wheel, like Bluetooth. You can adjust the volume and tuning for the radio. So those are of course great creature comforts to have. The suspension is definitely pretty stiff, but of course it's designed for that 5,700 pounds. So currently with no bed on the back, I can feel a little bit more of the bumps in the suspension. So there's a look at the all-new ELMS Urban Utility. Definitely a great fleet vehicle for your company. If you have any other questions on this, we'll have all of our contact information down in the description below.